A public open house recently took place at Murfreesboro City Hall to receive input from the public on proposed design guidelines for Murfreesboro development citywide. Information stations were staffed by planners and note takers to capture comments and ideas. All interested business owners, developers, community leaders, and citizens were encouraged to attend and participate.
We are hosting an open house inviting members of the public and also members of the development community to come to talk to us about what's important to them and what's important, how they see Murfreesboro in the future, what it looks like. And we are developing some guidelines and standards to create that Murfreesboro which we're all envisioning. And we think it's important to get feedback from the general public, people who live here, people who do work here, who develop here, or engineers and architects. So we've invited those members to come to talk to us, to look at some draft design guidelines and see what they like, what maybe we can improve to help accomplish their vision.
Engineering firm Reagan Smith developed the master plan for Murfreesboro's Gateway project and has worked on multiple development and planning projects in the mid-state region. They will be the consultants leading this work.
What is addressed in the guidelines is what people mostly see visually, as far as the aesthetics of what Murfreesboro is about. I think what a lot of people have seen is what's occurred out at the Gateway. A lot of people are very happy with what that looks like. Do they want that level? Because that's a very high level of criteria, that's been established out there. And of course, we're looking at this as a city as a whole. Is that what needs to be implemented as a city as a whole? Probably not, but a little bit fewer restrictions there, but still trying to accomplish the same goal.
These guidelines are being looked at for Murfreesboro in its entirety, but there have been some areas that have been excluded.
We've excluded the central business district, so that's the downtown that you think of with the courthouse and the square. We've also excluded the Bottoms area and the North Highland area because we envision writing some special standards for those areas. Those areas look different, and we think that they would need some special design criteria to reflect the type of development that we anticipate seeing there.
The proposed design guidelines include the following four main subject areas. Building site design, which includes setbacks, parking, pedestrian system, open space, lighting, utilities, stormwater facilities. Architecture, which includes building design, general character, height and setbacks, building mass and scale, building materials, color and roof design. Public street network, which includes street types, connectivity, public streetscape treatment, transit and service delivery capabilities. And landscape, which includes screening and buffering, foundation plantings, residential and commercial street trees, and irrigation.
And what they're intended really to do is address aesthetics as much as anything. There's certainly, what do we want the city of Murfreesboro to look like?
The city has recently completed a comprehensive plan called Murfreesboro 2035, planning for the next 20 years. We found out how that study factors in to these design guidelines.
The 2035 plan did recommend that we adopt some standards, for some architectural standards, and that is one component of the design guidelines. We know that the 2035 plan said that it was important to adopt bike lanes and make sure that pedestrians have safe sidewalks, and so that's part of the standards. And we want this plan to reflect their vision, not just me as a planner in City Hall. I don't want this just to be Margaret Ann's plan, but the city's plan, something that we can embrace and be very proud of.
A Facebook page has been created to help provide information and input. On Facebook, search Murfreesboro Design Guidelines to like the page and provide comments, which will be captured and provided to the consulting team. For information about the Murfreesboro Design Guidelines, contact Margaret Ann Green, City of Murfreesboro Planning at 615-893-6441 or email at mgreen@murfreesborotn.gov.